Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. So Jeanette Young, hi Jeanette, asked me, can you collage on deli paper? And of course you can. So I'm going to do a really quick video, not a big deal. If it gets too long, I'll probably speed through this next part, but I just have some paper here. Now understand, this could be wrapping paper, magazine paper, scrapbook paper, paper that you made. It could be any kind of paper, napkins, the whole thing. And oh, I got some sun coming in. And yeah, so well, let's real quick. Now y'all know I'm going to use my Mod Podge mat because it's my fave. But there is also another thing that I love. It's called Mod Podge paper, which I love a lot too. But I know a lot of you do not have it, so I'm just going to use Mod Podge paper. Mod Podge mat. Now, you can also use white school glue, and you can use kids' school glue, which is washable. I cannot speak today, which is water reactive if it dries, and you know what I mean. It's water soluble, I should say. But you can use it if you're just going to do this, or you could use any kind of glue, decoupage, whatever you have. So I'm going to take this little. And I'm just going to tear some paper up. And this is just like tissue paper. But like I said, I don't have any magazines here, I don't think. But you can, of course, use magazines, whatever you want. It's all up to you. But I'm going to, quickly, so I'm not here all day. And I'm just going to slap on some glue. So you can make your own paper. There's so many things you could do with deli paper. I think I'm going to do a couple videos on using deli paper in different ways. This will be way one. Thank you, Jeanette. Because there's a lot of fun things to do just to make your own paper. I love taking, and I'm sure some of you have seen where I take regular scrapbook paper that maybe I don't like anymore, or maybe I got on clearance and it's Christmas, and I paint over it and make it my own. And if you want to see a video on that, I will gladly do that. And I want to welcome all my new subscribers. I'm so excited. Welcome to my channel. I don't even know how to describe my channel, but it's basically an art channel where I like to do vlogs, little cooking. I do whatever, whatever I feel like that day. But a lot of it, mostly it's art. And I like to use items from home. So again, this could be paper towel. Let me do a little paper towel just to show you. Now you see it starts to wrinkle a little bit and nobody cares because as it dries, it'll flatten out. Let's pretend like this is a pretty piece of scrap of paper towel. Just do that. Do it right in the middle. I'm being a little sloppy with my Mod Podge, with my glue, I should say. But look, you can be as sloppy or as not sloppy as you want. And of course, you can overlap. Because ain't nobody going to tell you no. Because it's yours. And that is the fun thing. So, if you have napkins, I'm going to tell you something I do. Not ashamed to tell you. Like if we have dinner or whatever and there's napkins left, or I don't use my napkin, or maybe I only use my napkins a little bit on my hands, and I'm working in my art journal or whatever, something for me. I don't do it for other people, obvi, right? But you can just take it and wipe up your paint with it or paint it yourself. Excuse me. Oh, I have a cough coming. And use it. And that gives you great texture. That way it's being kind of recycled. I mean, some people might be like, ugh. I'm not telling you to wipe your butt and use the toilet paper. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of fun to use. It's a lot of fun to make your own fabric and your own, using paper towels, or maybe you have a t-shirt you don't wear anymore and you don't want to throw it out, or maybe you're like me and gained 6 million pounds over this quarantine, and a t-shirt, rip it apart, use it. I love reusing things. Okay, I'm a little sticky here. What else can I put on here? Let's take a piece of This is just regular scrapbook paper. I'll just tear a little corner off because I want to use off of something. So you see I'm using all kinds of different things. You can use stuff that you drew. And you just keep collaging and collaging. Now you can draw on here. You could put paint, you know, as well. Mixed media background. This is all kinds of fun. Why am I so off camera? I don't know what I did. I must have hit my camera when God knows what I was doing, but I was doing something. And hit my camera, I think. Napkins are great. You know, like pictured napkins that you get like at the with butterflies and birds. Anything else you can think of, ask me down below, I'm sure. And I'm all, you know, here's what I'm telling you. Always just do it. What have you got to lose? Just go for it. If you think, you know what, this probably will work, do it. Because if nothing else, you know, when this is done and you don't like it, you rip it apart and use it as a collage paper for a back of a mixed media background or something to that effect, you know. Let me see if I have some paper here. Let's see. Yeah, I have a little bit. I just have some watercolor paper, and I'll tear it because I can't find my scissors, which is not new. Now, I always say pick it up, no matter what you're doing, and turn it the other way. Because, now, hey, listen, let me tell you, this is deli paper, but guess what? You can use, what's it called? Wrapping paper, like if you go to the dollar store, or tissue paper, same thing. You know, you want to be a little gentle with it because when it gets wet, just like this, it wrinkles, it does its, you know, it gets a little, but you just do your best. Now, this is a thicker paper. So what I like to do, sometimes you can see it's like I'm not going to stick, and that's all right. Once it gets wet, it'll go down, but I will take a little bit of water and just give it a second to soak in, and it'll go down. Give it a little hold. And then I will give it a second, and then I will put some more glue on it. And you just check it, you know, if it's, because that's a thick one. She's a thick girl there. But it'll glue, and it'll be completely fine. So you see what we got. Now let me glue, let me dry it. Oh, you know what else I have? Let me show you this. I have, this is like a fabric. Okay, it's like a, let's do little pieces. I'm just gonna, oh God, it's hard to rip. Oh, Kelly. Girl. Okay. I'm just gonna lay it where there's a lot. I could lay it right here, and then I could put more glue. It'll secure that down even more. What the heck this piece is that I ripped, but going in. Put some here. I mean, look how pretty. You know, and if it wrinkles, I'm like, all the better. And I'll do right here, just like it continues. And I'll take my glue and glue it down. And of course, this dries clear, so that will, you could sprinkle some glitter, some embossing powder, whatever you got. Just have fun. Yarn. Do you have yarn? Put it down. Should have grabbed some. But you see what I'm saying? We're just having some fun. You probably don't even have to put glue over some of it put the glue down first and then put this in like here. Watch. Put some glue and then put it down. And then just tap it in. I'll push it with your thing because I'm getting stuck because it's drying. Okay, so you see, we got it. We got it. And I'm going to put that in there. And right now, I'm just going to dry it. Now, of course, you go over the whole paper if you want. But right now, I just want to show you. Show you. And I'm not going to dry it the whole way. You should probably, when you're using any kind of glue, although you can see this is drying it, it's not going to cure it or completely dry it. It will be enough that you can work with it, if that makes sense. It'll dry it to the touch, but you really want to leave it sit for a couple hours to really cure and make sure that it's dry. And then I'm going to show you one last quick thing. I don't know why I put my brush in there, but I did. Okay. Put it right here because it's a little wet. Okay. So now you see, look at this. And it's much more secure. And we got a whole new piece of paper. Now, of course, people collage beautifully. You can use a head from a magazine, a body, the dub, feathers for hair, whatever you want. But I just wanted to show you that, yes, this can be done. Now, what I suggest, and this is just my suggestion, you don't have to do this, but what I like to do is take the water off my brush. Okay. I like to take some whatever glue I'm using, and I will take it around one more time, and I'll use it on if I have any of the white paper left, or whatever, your base. So what will happen is it gets a little more firm. You can still cut it, you can still glue it on something else and all the things, but I just like to, especially on the edges, it just gives it a little bit more structure. You don't have to do this. You know, you could sprinkle some glitter on here now. You can, you know, whatever you have, whatever you want. Threads. I save a lot of threads because I'm weird. Am I the only weird one that saves threads? And then let me dry it real quick for you. Let me cover this because, girl, you know, I'll have it everywhere. And again, this is just, you know, quick. You could put some paint on it. You can drip some alcohol ink on it just to get a little bit of like color. So when you rip, you know what I mean? Like there's so many things. Like watch, if I take, this is embossing powder. And I'm going to put it right there where the glue is, where it's a little wet. And I'm just going to sprinkle it. And it's wet there, so it's going to stick. And I'm going to take a little bit. Do I have my white here? Did I hear this? I love clear embossing powder, but, and I'll do a little bit of white around, or clear. And I will emboss. There she is. And sometimes what I'll do, I don't know if I could catch it in time because I put the lid on. I'll take a little bit more when it's hot. This is clear on top of it. And this is for anything you do. This is just an extra. Don't do that because it's hot. And then I'll go another time and it's going to make it nice. So I don't know how well you'll be able to see. But now we have it embossed. And what you could do now is take a little bit of, maybe you have gold paint, or let's see if this will work so I can just show you. A little silver paint, especially if you just use clear. Something just a little bit on your finger. A little, maybe you have a little bit of wax or something, and just go over it. Like I said, now imagine this to be gold or silver. And then you can get these beautiful, and then you just cut and use it like you would. I just did a little bit. because I really want it to be gold. But you see, so I'm going to dry this. You're going to see how it's sturdy it gets. And then that's it. How much fun, right? Deli paper, tissue paper, paper towel you can do it on, Kleenex. It all works. You just, Kleenex and certain things you might have to be a little bit more easy with, not as rough. I'm a rough girl, so, things tear and I'm like, oh, geez, but it all works. You'll tear it once and then you'll learn not to do it again. That's what I always say. Let me get these edges real quick so it's easier to pick up. Right here, I really went nuts there with the glue. Well, let's put some sparkly here since it's still a little wet. But I mean, this is now a great piece of paper. Let's do some sparkles. Again, could be glitter, could be whatever you want it to be. Push it down. Let's see what happens. See if it's wet enough because I did dry it a little bit. A little bit. I just love those holographic. I think I've dried it enough to show you guys. Okay. And look. Now, I'm picking it up. If you want this to be a piece of paper that you're going to now work on top of, because now I could throw paint on it, and maybe I will. I'll throw paint on it and paint on it or rip it apart. Who knows what I'll do? Let me show you. See that? No, you're not going to be able to see it. See that little holographic there a little bit? So pretty. Like right here you could see because I have heaviness here with extra paper, and here when I lift it up it kind of does a flippy. So you could put more there, more glue there or another paper or whatever, or if you're going to cut it, it really doesn't matter. But now you have a piece of collaged deli paper in any way. Like I said, you can use magazine, you can use, this just happens to be what I have here. I mean, we use paper towel. Look at that texture. Can you see the texture? Look at that. So many fun things you can do. I hope this helped. Any more questions, of course, ask down below. And as always, please be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. You'll definitely be seeing me using this in the future. And I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Please stay safe and wear your masks. Love you guys. Bye-bye.